Clive, I tell you, Susan can be evil. Maybe Zana brought something different. Susan! Susan!
Hey, Biko.
Tell me why I shouldn't.
What is going on here?
Where? Swazi kuongea tafadhali.
About what?
Susan, tutakosana vibaya unasikia
Hey, Clive.
Listen, if you're not going to be clear with me, how about you just leave my house?
Hey, you mean Marvin's house?
Excuse me? Excuse me.
Clive, proceed.
Hebu tuambie nini ilifanyikia Kwame.
I will tell you what I told Marvin. But to be honest, I don't feel like repeating myself.
Acha zako. Hizo uongo mtaka kurepeat huko na unataka kuzileta hapa.
You know what? Believe whatever you want.
Ile story tuna believe no uli sacrifice Kwame. Kwa nini ajui no jisave?
How many times will I tell you that I have nothing to do with Karan? He even kidnapped me.
And how am I supposed to believe you now that, we are dealing with Susan? Maybe you just staged the whole kidnapping thing just to save your miserable self.
I was kidnapped for real, Biko.
Wewe acha uongo zako wewe.
Cliff, control your anger. There are better ways to deal with this matter in a civilized way.
Mwambie.
Shut up, Susan.
Excuse me.
Biko, soache nigonge hiyo dem ndasema ukweli.
What other truth?
Sema mali body yake iko.
Well, Karan's men said they'd communicate on where to pick it up.
Seriously?
Ujamani kimshika sijui namfanyia nini. Ujamaa si ndamzaragaza vibaya sana.
Biko, how could you? Get yourself in here. How could you, Biko?
I'm sorry, Marvin.
You sorry? Is that what I'm getting from you now?
Marvin, we were angry. We needed answers. What did you expect us to do?
Not to put your hands on Susan for a start.
Goodness, we didn't even touch her.
That's not the point, Biko. That's not the point. It is the audacity and the disrespect you've shown.
Marvin, for the 100th time, I am sorry.
Sorry doesn't cut it. You can't just walk in my house and put your hands on Susan because you're angry. I am angry too. I want answers. I want to kill her, but I can't. For heaven's sake, what the hell was going through your heads? Now listen to me. Susan and I may have differences, but she is still my wife. And whoever puts their hands on her may just lose their lives.
Maureen?
Yes?
Sasa kwa vile Kwame hayuko. Mnaendeleaje na kazi?
It has left us in a bit of an awkward position, I must say.
Hey. Kwani ni mbaya kiasi hiyo?
Chai iko tamu?
Iko sawa kabisa.
Yes, it is. He left a very big gap in our business that could bring a lot of problems in our operation. And with him gone, it's going to be hard to bridge the operational cost that he used to cover.
So, mnafikiria kufanya nini?
I'm not sure yet. I'm just waiting to see what Timo has to say about all this.
Kwa hivyo, Timo ni kama kuna mpango.
Siko sure, but he said he has one.
Maureen. Uone ikiwa hukuata. Uwezi kungojea mpango ambao wewe mwenyewe hata hujui kama iko.
Uncle, what would you have me do in this kind of situation? This is a lot of money we're speaking about. I can't just sit and do nothing.
Just cut your losses and run away. Kwa sababu hiyo ndio mawaidha ambayo naweza kukupatia. Yule mtu ambaye aliua Kwame anakujia Marvin na anamkujia Susan. So, utajuaje kama atakujia mpaka wale wako associated na Marvin? Kwame na Timo walikuwa wanamfanyia kazi Marvin. Na wewe ninajua itakuchukua tu muda mchache kuingia kwa hiyo mix.
And where is Susan?
She's locked up in her room. I couldn't have her walking freely after what happened.
Marvin, have you found out why all this is happening? I mean, why are you still a problem in Susan's mess?
She messed up. And she ended up taking out the wrong person.
And why are they after you? You know, I don't understand, Marvin. You have no business relations with Susan. Plus, you had no idea about the hit. I mean, why are they after you, Marvin, not Susan?
Biko, there's a lot that you don't know about this business. And I would suggest that you leave it at that.
No, Marvin. If there's more to it, I demand to know. Because that equally puts my life on the line.
Listen, what Susan got herself into and what I'm talking about are two different situations.
Fine. That's totally fine, Marvin. But answer this for me. And do it honestly, Marvin. Do we and Susan have any sort of business relations?
Yes. What Susan and I started and what we've been running is the reason why we are where we are currently. And if there are problems over there, and we don't sort it out as fast as we should, then those problems are gonna follow us here.
Uncle, I'm not going to lose all this money just because someone is after Marvin. Sawa. Uncle, someone is always after Marvin. Since I've known this guy.
Maureen, vitu zimechange, sio kama vile zilikuwa zamani, please.
Uncle, tofauti yake yenye boss na Marvin walikuwa nayo ni nini?
Mimi tu nakuomba please, kama unaweza kunisikiza, unisikize.
Uncle, I'm not going to do that, I'm sorry. I'm going to get the money, clear the bills and figure out a way on how to grow this company with Timo.
Okay, fine. Kama una insist, unaona kwamba hivyo ndio unaona iko sawa, siwezi kukuzuia. Lakini jua jambo moja. Kuna new development ambayo imetokea. Wale majamaa ambao tulikuwa tunafanya kazi nao, wale walikuwa wanafanya na James ama boss. Mmoja wao ndiye na poison shipment ya Marvin.
By any chance is he under our protection?
Yeah, na Marvin ameoda kwamba mimi na Biko tumfanye ili asiweze tena kumsumbua tena.
Uncle, we can't do that. We promise this guy's protection.
Lakini mbona unanishangaza? Wewe unamjua vizuri sana Marvin. Marvin akisema kitu amesema. Na kwa saa hizi Marvin ameongea.
What's going to happen if these guys we work with figure out there's no way we can protect them from Marvin? Then what?
Order ishatolewa na tayari decision imemekiwa. Siwezi overturn.
You can't let this happen. We simply can't let this happen. Marvin and boss's fallout left us with completely nothing. If this guy goes right now, everyone else will run away, and then we'll be left with what? Nothing. I'm not about to have that at all. I'm going to see Biko.
Hey, Maureen.
My mind's made up.
Wow.
Have you seen Kwame's body?
I have.
And?
Those animals.
What are you going to do, Marvin?
What can one do when it comes to dealing with a ghost? Because we need to get to the bottom of this before it overwhelms us.
Marvin, before I forget, Clef mentioned something to do with a missing shipment.
When did this happen?
I'm not sure when, but a few days ago, I'm not sure when.
I wasn't told about this. So have you heard anything?
Not yet.
All right. When you do, keep me posted. In the meantime, I need you to go and meet up with Odugu. Check on our next shipment. He's a bit late despite the fact that he got some new investors from his hometown.
Fine. See you around there.
Odugu.
Yes, Mike. Mike, you're the last person I was expecting to see this morning.
Yeah, lakini pole sana kwa kukuita kwa ghafla. Kuna jambo moja ambalo ninataka tuzungumze please tukiwa wawili. Have a seat.
I hope we are not talking about questioning. You know I can't afford to be brought in again.
Itategemea vile tutazungumza na wewe. So, hii ndio itadetermine kama kutakuwa na questioning or not.
Does Anne have any incriminating evidence that can put me away?
No, kwa saa hizi sioni kama ako nayo. But kulingana vile ile kazi ambayo unafanya kama hautaachana nayo, then nafikiri itampatia nafasi nzuri.
But Mike, you know very well that I can't afford to lose my network.
Odugu, mimi sikatai, nakubaliana na wewe. Lakini hiyo kazi unafanya, ukiifanya ujue kwamba utashikwa. Na ukishikwa, mimi sitakuwa kwa position ya kukusaidia. Kwa sababu maybe utakuwa umeendewa na tax force, ama Ann atakuwa amepata wa kwanza before nikuone.
Kwame's body was brought in today. How could you, Susan?
Well, I warned you, Marvin, but you didn't listen to me.
Listen to what? I listened to you and now Kwame's dead. What were you trying to do? Were you trying to set me up? Because if you are, you did a very good job.
Why in God's name would I do that, Marvin?
I don't know, Susan. I don't know why you do things. Perhaps because you wanted to punish me for abandoning you?
Marvin, there are a million ways for me to hurt you for abandoning me. But this is beneath me. If I wanted to hurt you, I would do it right to your face. I would walk through that door and get you where you stand.
And why did you send us to take out the wrong person? Because I remember right. You swore that if we took him out, everything will be solved.
Am I being investigated by the tax force?
Question inategemea na vile utaongea. Hii nitafanya mambo yote yawe hivyo.
Mike, you know tax force does not waste time and resources on small fish. Eberazu, small fish like me, they go for ekwerazeze, big fish which they can fry.
Odugu, acha nikwambie kile ambacho hujui. Yale ambayo mlifanya na Marvin, hiyo kazi mlifanya ilikuwa mbaya kiasi kwamba mpaka kuanzia sasa tax force wana hoji everyone. They investigate kila mtu. Hakuna mtu wanawacha.
Do they know that it is us who did it?
No, kwa sahi bado hawajajua. Lakini ule jamaa ambaye Marvin alimset up akamweka ndani, unajua hata sisi wenyewe hatujaimuona mpaka sasa.
But I thought the guy was arrested.
Yeah, alikuwa arrested. Tena vizuri sana. Lakini najua Ann na mimi hatuwezi muuliza maswali. So uko ndani hatujui anasema nini.
See Mike, make I tell you something. If that guy opens his mouth, even Marvin himself will find himself in trouble.
Lakini najua jambo moja kwamba Marvin akiingia kwa shida ama ashikwe, hiyo sakoli yenu yote iko kwa problem.
Nazuma. I refuse. Marvin cannot even sell us. Even if he's put behind the bars, he can never sell. I refuse.
Odugu, hakuna kitu akiwezekani. Nani amekuambia kwamba Marvin hawezi kukuuza? Kumbuka kwamba Marvin ako na familia na hata anajiangalia mwenyewe. So usijipatie moyo kwamba Marvin hawezi kukuuza. Sahau hiyo.
I never sent you the wrong person, Marvin.
Then why were you kidnapped by the very person that we supposedly killed? And why was Kwame killed by the same person?
I'm sorry. I got confused.
Confused? You got confused? Someone dear to me is dead and you were saying you got confused?
I'm sorry.
Sorry for what? Sorry for what exactly, Susan? Sorry for having too many enemies that you can keep track of? Sorry for being too dumb to sort your own problems? Sorry for what?
Marvin, you have every right to insult me and get mad at me. But once you've done and Karan is still breathing, we are all dead. All of us.
Then you better start talking. Who the hell is Karan?
Well, I don't know him. I never met him. But I had rumors circulating that they...
They? Now they're they?
Yes, the operators are units.
How is it that you didn't even know who you're dealing with?
Marvin, they have handlers and representatives. And unfortunately, the guy whom you took out happened to be one of the handlers.
Oh, and you didn't know this?
No, I didn't, Marvin. I mean, his position in the organization, he is way, way too high in the chain of command.
Susan, you didn't know this, yet you sent us to kill one of the brothers and nobody knew how they look like.
To be honest, I can say it is a combination of luck and bad timing. I mean, I met this guy at a meeting. I never knew he was one of the brothers. And I had no idea he was part of the organization. So I thought to myself, if we could take him out, I could take him out, it would be a good thing for the business. I mean, we could expand our shared territories.
Oh. So we are in this mess because of your greed. I mean, one street wasn't enough for your ego. You had to go and take out a whole district in order to do that.
Odugu, you're late.
Huh? So I should go. Let me go.
Odugu!
I told you said I should go.
Have a seat. Where were you the whole time?
Well, I was trying to make sure that neither you nor Marvin leads us to our graves.
What is that supposed to mean? Do you know something we don't?
Well, I know many things, Biko. And the fact that my investors are rethinking my arrangement with you guys.
Which I'm sure you spelled it out right in Yoruba. There is nobody rethinking this deal whatsoever unless they want their lives to balance on the line just like ours.
What do you think I've been trying to do for the past few days? Punishing their toenails and licking their boots to make sure they're clean?
As you should, Odugu. One thing you should note, you are not backing away from this deal whatsoever.
Biko, this ain't about me, it's about Marvin. I'm so sure if someone else was running this business, then it would be perfectly fine.
How did they know about Marvin? Did you tell them?
Well, I wouldn't dare do that. We both know that's suicide.
And then who did, Odugu?
Well, just like I told you, these two know everything, and they will find their way out on getting the information.
What exactly do they know about Marvin?
Marvin, whatever territories I was hoping to acquire was for the good of our own family.
So that's what you tell yourself every time you go to sleep, right?
You have to believe me.
Susan, believe you?
Yes, because whatever I do it for the good of this family. Something that Tina was not able to do.
Hey, that's enough. I don't want to hear you mention the word Tina here again.
What, Marvin? The truth hurts? I mean, she turned her back on your business. Our business. I mean, something that we built from scratch. And whatever we have is all thanks to that. Now, the reason as to why these people are after your head is because they found out that we ran a ship together. They sent me to kill you, but I refused. And for your information, if you think Kwame is the end to all of this, then you are so wrong. They're just warming up. Next time, there will be no abductions. They find you, they kill you where you stand at. So, imagine, how many more people are going to die before you decide to act on this?
Hey, Odugu, you didn't come all the way just to say nothing.
Well, they suspect that Marvin is responsible for the missing MP's gold.
Spare me the crap, Odugu. We both know you're a coward. And you were frightened and you went ahead and told them about the gold because you're frightened about the MP's organization.
Well, like I said, Mabiko, you still have a long way to go in this business.
Is that why the shipment has been stalled?
Yes. Yes.
And do they have proof that Marvin did it?
No, but they will.
Listen here, Odugu. They don't know that Marvin is responsible of that. So, they don't have any reason to hold the shipment. Plus, it's just a few kilograms. That shouldn't determine if you're having our lives or not.
Because you should have thought about the same when I come to you with my proposal. Anyway, let me see what I can do to help the situation. But I can't promise you anything, Biko. I can't.